Let's go! Legend! 1, 2, 3, go!
Hi, welcome to the Comic Con Community Podcast, and tonight we've got another cosplay takeover. Tonight I'm joined by Eva Louise, Sav, and Ali. So, do you all want to say, we'll start with Eva just because she's on the left of the screen. Do you want to just give us a rundown of your costume, how you made it, and how it came about?
I am Mermaid Muriel. I had an idea to be in a tail because one of my friends had her own tail and asked me if she wanted to make me one. So she made me one out of neoprene and spent ages painting it in glow-in-the-dark neon paints because I said that I wanted my tail to look like Lisa Frank on acid. And she very nearly went blind, had to wear sunglasses for about 3 days. But then when that one, because it was neoprene, it kind of pulled a little bit. I was like, I kind of need a more robust tail. So I started looking at silicons and they were very expensive. And then I had another friend who offered to make me this one, and she's used all the glow-in-the-dark pigments. And if I'm out in sunlight, the pink that's here turns orange, and the white spots that are here and on the bottom, they turn blue because I'm UV reactive as well. So if I am out in the sun too long, I do change colour, which is pretty cool. I decided to be a mermaid because I thought it was really cool and I always wanted to be one. So screw all the teachers at school who told me mermaids didn't exist and I could never be a mermaid.
I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that would love to be mermaids, so, lead by your example.
Oh yeah, definitely. But I mean, if you are going to swim in it, make sure you can actually swim before putting one on. I know that sounds obvious, but there are a lot of people that go, oh yeah, it's all right, I've never swum anywhere in my life, but I'll put a mermaid tail on. No, you will drown.
And it will help. Yeah. We should record a podcast during the day when it's sunny as well, just so we can see the other side to it.
Slowly.
Yes, do an outside podcast one day.
But yeah, these are, I made them myself. They're aquarium decorations. I cut off the, it was like a piece of plastic with a sucker on the end, so you stick them to the side of your tank.
Nice.
We cut off that, made a little hole and put some earring things in them. These I got off 2 different markets. That I got from a shop in my hometown for like a tenner. But I mean, yeah, all the accessories and things are like super cheap compared to the actual tail and top themselves. They were very expensive.
Yes, I can imagine they probably were. But no, it looks fantastic. Looks fantastic.
Oh, and the crown is from Sweet V.
From where, sorry?
Sweet V.
Sweet V.
I've got a few of her crowns now, and I recommend them to everybody.
Right, we'll put a link in the comments for that. So send me a link later, and we'll put a link in the comments so people can order their own crowns. Yeah, Sav, super. Do you want to tell us a bit about your costume?
Boss can, mate. I like Spider-Man, but I also like Captain Jack Sparrow. So I thought to myself, what could a web-swinging pirate look like? And here we are. With great power comes great irresponsibility. And rum.
Yes.
Lots of rum, when we can find it. Yeah, I've been a Spider-Man fan my entire life. I've always loved pirates. Pirates of the Caribbean, Spider-Man. I thought, you know what, I'm going to try and mash these two together. See what we come up with. And we have Captain Jack. Captain Spider Sparrow. I believe.
Sparrow.
I'm trying to figure out the name still.
That
so
looks
yes,
really cool. I like the gloves. I like the way you've gone for the fingerless Spider-Man gloves. It kind of goes well.
You can use my phone as well. So.
And did you make that yourself, or did you like the Jack side of things? Did you make any of that, or did you buy?
So the Jack of course, the costume, Spider-Man costume, the base costume, was an old one I got a few years ago. I've chopped it, cut it, weathered it a little bit, added a little patch beard. The Jack Sparrow itself is thrift store mostly, which I've weathered as well, and lose rings all the time. Or oh no, here I am, back again. So it's a mash of different costumes, but the actual Jack Sparrow itself is actually official. Most of it, most of it.
Very
I'm not
good.
wearing all of it at the moment, so no sword right now, no belt. But as you can see, this is what it looks like.
But you don't need a sword if you can shoot webs from your wrist, so do you? I mean,
Exactly.
definitely not.
Exactly, mate.
But looks great. Looks fantastic. Ali, do you want to tell us a bit about your costume?
I feel like I didn't get like did I miss the email that there's a nautical theme tonight? Like I feel like I've missed an email here. No, I am the very beautiful, very wonderful Scarlet Witch, Wanda Maximoff. This is the outfit from the end of WandaVision where she fights Agatha in the town.
Excellent. And did
Yeah.
you make that, or did you buy it in, or did you
I
both? Or did
this
you?
is something I saved up for. I am
Right.
Scarlet Witch mad. I mean, I love Scarlet Witch. I love everything about her. She did nothing wrong, and you can't convince me otherwise. She is completely innocent. And actually, I've even on this bag, I've got a little octopus that Eva actually gave me.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're at
Yeah.
Comic Con. Yes.
Yeah, no, but I'm Scarlet Witch mad. It was like the first costume I did for I think it was World Book Day or Children in Need at my college. And then I've just made different Wanda costumes over the year. And I was like, you know what? I want an official one. I was saving up and then I was like, I know I want an official Wanda Maximoff costume and I love it. It's my go-to because I just love Wanda. I think she's like the best MCU character and you can't change my mind on that.
And dare I ask how? Not an exact price, but was it expensive or was it? Yes. Right.
Yeah.
Because it's official, obviously. So official
Yeah.
things always cost that little bit more than.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
The problem is it fit me at the back, so I've had to like safety pin a corset in.
Oh, okay. So you've made some adjustments to it.
Yeah. I'm too lazy. I would rather deal with the safety pins than actually like sit down and sew it to actually fit. I'm too lazy.
Maybe one day.
Maybe one day.
Maybe one day.
I'll get my mum to do it.
So now we'll start with Ali and work back that way. What events have you done recently, and what events have you got coming up, or have you done any events recently?
I actually haven't for once. I've
Right.
not feel like I would have attended like 10 by now, it feels like, but no, just this year I've just not been able to get to that many. It's mainly because I'm at university this year. Like last year I did a gap year so I could like save up and go to all these events, but then this year I'm at university. It was AnimeCon yesterday in Manchester, but I booked cinema tickets with a friend and I completely forgot the convention was on.
Ah.
But yeah, I did actually dress up to go to the cinema because I'm a nerd. And then I was actually having a panic. I was like, "Oh my god, I've dressed up to go to the cinema. I must look like an absolute weirdo." And then I walked past the AnimeCon and I'm like, "No, I'm the most normal dressed."
You're fine. Yeah.
I fit in perfectly fine.
Did you go and see Scream, or was it something else?
No, it was the 21 Pilots Clancy tour.
Oh yes. Right.
Yeah.
Very good.
21 Pilots mad as well.
Right. So you weren't the only one dressed up in that vicinity then?
Yeah, no,
Which
I
is
walked
always
past
good.
them all.
Right.
I was tempted. I was in like a suit, so I saw like a group of like Chainsaw Man cosplayers, and I'm like, can I just sneak in with them?
Yeah.
Like hide at the back,
See
and
if
if
you
they
can
go
get away
back.
with that.
So not been for any this year yet. I've not really planned that many this year either. I'm a bit behind.
Yeah, it sounds like, I mean, there's plenty going on at the moment, so
There
it
is.
sounds like you need to get some in your diary.
Mm.
Definitely.
I'll probably go in Blackpool though, and maybe one day for Liverpool. Depends on cost.
Yes. Yeah, there's Blackpool at the end of April, isn't there? So that's
Yeah.
the Creed one. Yeah, very good. We'll probably see you there.
Yay! Also Lytham as well. I have to go Lytham.
Oh, of course, yes. You need to go to the Lytham one.
Okay,
Yes.
to Lytham.
Yeah, which is the 2nd of August. So you've got plenty of time to prepare for that.
Yes.
Yeah. Sav, what events have you done recently, and have you got anything planned?
So my last event was Liverpool Comic Con, where I first did Captain Jack Spider. There we go. That's the right name
Jack
for it.
Spider. There we go.
So that was my last convention that I've been to. I've since done some promo work for Fleetwood, Lytham Community Comic Con.
Yes, Lytham, yes.
So, and I was dressed as Super Mario for that one, which was I loved wearing my Mario costume. It's so hot. It's like being inside of 2 mattresses as a mascot, and there's no air coming in, and I can't. It's like seeing like that.
Yeah,
It's
you don't see a lot.
That's just people without my contact lenses in.
Maybe that's a good idea. Apart from that, I will go to Liverpool this year, depending on the day. I'm thinking probably Saturday, not the whole weekend. And of course, Lytham Community Comic Con.
Yes.
And eventually Blackpool, actually, as it is literally about 5 minutes that way.
Yes, Norbury Castle,
Really?
yes. It is
And Norbury
just
Castle,
around the
so
corner.
I'll be going to that one, I
That's
believe.
not right.
And then I'm just going to go with the flow and pick and choose as and when, and not make any solid plans.
No. Just wing it. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So you did something recently as Batman as well. Do you want to tell us a bit about that? Maybe?
Oh, Will. Let me let the dog out. Okay, Will, yes. As Batman, yes, me and Will, if you don't already know, ran the Great Northwest Half Marathon as Batman and Robin. It was very in keeping with... Now, what was it? What were we cosplaying when we were running? Do you remember, Will?
What were we what?
What were we cosplaying when we were running?
What were we cosplaying?
Only Fools and Horses.
Oh,
Of course.
yes. Del Boy and
We
Robin, yeah.
We got a lot of attention as Batman
We
and
did.
Robin.
We did, yes.
Unfortunately, the weather wasn't the best for us that day,
No.
but it made for some dramatic shots with the wind blowing our capes. We were very wet by the end of it, but it was first time ever doing any running event in costume. Quite uncomfortable, I've got to say. What did you think about the Will?
It
Was
wasn't
it comfortable
the
for you?
best. It wasn't the best, but it wasn't actually that bad. The costume didn't really have much. I mean, either way, I felt like I was about to die for the whole 2 hours and 40 minutes of it. So
Yeah.
I don't think the costume had much of an impact on it, to be honest. It was quite handy because I had somewhere to put my hat and my gloves because I could just kind of shove it down my top, and my utility belt kind of stopped it from going any further. So that was
That was a
good.
clever move, having a functioning
good.
utility belt.
Yeah, that worked. But no, it wasn't that uncomfortable. So I was thinking I might wear it to my next event, to my next run.
So Will has confirmed to me just before this that he's going to sign up and run a marathon with me. Isn't that right, Will?
That did not happen.
Oh, come by Manchester. The route goes right by my uni. So
I will be in Manchester this year
That
running the
sounds a bit
marathon, so you
far.
might see me.
Yeah, so you are doing that, aren't you, Sav? Yeah.
Yes, not in costume though. No,
That's a shame. That's a shame. And Eva, have you got anything lined up over the next few weeks?
Yeah,
months?
I've got a few things. I've got For the Love of Horror in April, and the After Party, which is a blood rave. I'm so excited. And then June or July, I can't remember which month it is. We've got Families Day in Fleetwood. I'm pretty sure it's Families Day. There's something going on in Fleetwood that I've been invited to, and I can't remember what it is.
Oh, is that at Memorial Park?
Yes.
Yes.
I've
I
been
don't know
invited
what it
to
is
go
either.
there again. I went last year and loved it, so I've got that coming up. I'm keeping an eye on Comic Con Midlands. I'm definitely going to Comic-Con Wales. I'm definitely going for the Love Fantasy because Paige O'Hara's there, and that's what that dress is going to be. Wonderful, because I am going to be my own fairy princess. And then I'll probably end up going to For the Love of Horror Part 2 in, I think it's November this year. But I mean, a couple of years ago, I did do 22 cons in 1 year.
That is a lot.
And I've got Lytham as well. So my August is like Lytham, Wales, and then 2 weeks after that, it's fantasy. So my August is like booked.
Gosh, wow. I'm jealous the amount of events you've got to go to. That's crazy. I wish I had the time and the money to attend all of the events, but I saw
mainly because they all get different guests. So we weren't going to do this time's horror, but then Skeet and Matt got moved, and I was like, I am not going through the Hunger Games again. We are going in April. And my friend and my stepdaughter were like, yeah, totally with you 100%. And so we've got quite a few people for that one. And then Wales we ended up going to because I missed Stephen Ogg last year because I had to work when he was in Manchester. And Stephen Ogg really likes me. And calls me Negan with a fanny pack. And he keeps telling me that I'm going to run out of things for him to sign, but I still have one thing for him to sign. So I'm going for him. My husband's going for like Casper Van Dien. And then fantasy, I'm going down to London on my own. I'm staying overnight, and I've already organised with a friend who's staying at a hotel down the road from where I'm going to be staying to help me get into the dress and put my wings on because I can't do it on my own.
No.
Because it's all crisscross at the back, so I need someone to be able to like tie it tight.
Yeah.
So she's gonna help me get into it, and I will have finished it by then. And my glue gun and my clear thread have arrived, so all I've got to do is get my brain into gear and get doing it.
Yeah. Is that your deadline then?
Sorry?
Is that your deadline to get it finished?
Yeah. Or if I can get it finished before then, I'll probably end up wearing it for Wales. And because I kind of want to get it done for summer so I can go out and do some like pretty photo shoots in the forest kind of thing.
Yeah.
Where it's not muddy as hell and looking grim. I want like greenery, if you know what I mean.
And a bit of sunlight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's not just doing the dress. I've got to make a wand and I'm rhinestoning some shoes as well.
Right. So plenty to do still then.
Oh yeah.
It sounds like it. So, if you, I'll go to Sav now. If you had all of the money and all of the time in the world, what would be the ultimate costume that you would make?
If I could have the ultimate costume, I would have a functioning, not really functioning as in no jet boots, but a Iron Man costume.
Yeah.
I would love to step into the boots of Tony Stark and be Iron Man and have that on display somewhere here, perhaps. But yes, this is fantasy money for me. I've still priced it up, and I'm looking around about £6,000 for all the functioning bits. I mean, I suppose I could try to make it, or I could stay in character and try to steal it. But yes, if I could have ultimate money, unlimited, I would get Iron Man costume and a Master Chief from Halo, the Halo series costume as well.
Oh yes.
Those would be chef kiss.
Yeah. So if you win the lottery, you won't tell anybody, but there will be signs.
There will be signs. Absolutely.
Amazing. Ali, what would be yours? I mean, apart from the one you've got on, which obviously you saved up for, and that was the ultimate costume.
No, just like get me a whole wardrobe of different Scarlet Witches. I want Civil War. I want Marvel Rivals. Some of the comic, yeah. Oh, dream one. That's really difficult actually because I'm like, I think I'm not that ambitious normally, and I have this weird logic of I could make that. There's like no matter what it is, I feel like I could always have a good go at it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm genuinely not sure. You might have to come back to me, honestly.
No, that's fine. We'll go to Eva, and you have a think and see if you can
Mm.
come up with something.
Mine's slightly different because if I had all the money in the world, I would have a mobile tank that I could take round to places and like park up and do like a show in a tank where I could swim round in it, almost like a mobile aquarium.
Oh,
without
yeah.
any of
like
it.
a fish I thought tank. Like,
No,
Oh,
no,
like
no,
it's
like
I thought that. I didn't realise you meant
that would
fish.
be amusing to see a mermaid flop out of
in
an
the
actual
tank.
tank and be like that on it. But yeah, that's would be the absolute dream to have like a big wagon that I could open the sides of, and there I am waving at you in a tank and swimming about
Yeah. Would you get
with like
plastic
lights
surgery as
and
well for your fins?
sparkles and everything else.
Would you consider getting your fins like plastic surgeoned on so we were permanent, like grafted
No.
on maybe? No.
No, because it's not practical to walk. Like I can't move in this.
No, but
I
you
am
could live in the
literally.
water then. I mean, you don't need to get out because you've got all the money in the world. So
Yeah, but then some weird scientist will probably try and kidnap me and like do experiments. I've
yeah,
seen
probably.
those movies.
This is true. This is true. No, stick to the costume. Has Ali thought of something yet? No. Are we
I
just
guess
going with
I'll-
all of the Scarlet Witches?
Yeah, just all Scarlet. I guess off the top of my head, I've been reading the Absolute DC comics recently, and I love the design for Absolute Wonder Woman. She's like Wonder Woman, but like more rugged. She has tattoos. She has a giant sword, and I feel like that would just be. I don't think I'm buff enough to be Wonder Woman though. I have like the body of a 12-year-old, and I like if there's a strong breeze, I fall over.
Yeah.
I get winded walking up the stairs to my flat. So sadly, not
That sounds like something you could make though.
possibly,
Yeah.
possibly.
And get a 3D printed sword of some description, or there you go. That can be a good goal for this year, maybe.
Yeah. No, I don't have to go to the gym. Can't be asked.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So, what is your favourite part? And we'll stick with Ali on this one. What's your favourite part about a costume? Like about making a costume? Do you have a bit that you enjoy doing the most?
When it's over.
When it's over, right? So you don't enjoy doing any of it, but you like the end result.
No, I like smaller things, so I like kind of like painting details and like the actual like making the outfit bit. I'm gonna be honest, my mom helps me a lot, but then like smaller things, so like making like little props and stuff. Like I'm good with like foam and like paper mache. So I feel like and like little accessories as well. So it's like kind of like the small details. Like even though it drove me mad, like just sewing butterflies onto my corpse bride costume, it was completely unnecessary. It took forever, but by the end, I loved it because it was an homage to the movie where she turns into butterflies at the end. Spoilers for Corpse Bride, I guess.
If you've not,
I have a bad habit of it. Just in case someone hasn't seen Corpse Bride. No, but
have you not?
it's it out.
Well, you don't need to watch it now, but you know what happens.
I'm so sorry. Yeah, there's just like little details, like because even though like they might not be noticeable, they're noticeable to me, and that's what matters. I want to make something that I love. I don't cosplay for other people's. I do it other people's English. I don't cosplay for anyone else but myself. I do what I love, and if it means sitting on my living room floor going insane, I'm willing to do it.
Yeah. So there's no bit that you particularly enjoy more than anything apart from just as you say, the finer details.
Fine details, yeah.
Very good. Eva, and don't say gluing rhinestones on because that is not your favourite part.
No, it's really not. But like the end result, now that I've gone away, I've sort of left it for a couple of days. Now that I've finished the rhinestoning, it looks really good. But the actual doing of it and literally just sitting there, sticking each one on individually, it's mind-numbing.
See, when it's over, that's the best
It's
part.
like the end result when you look at it and like, you can't, hold on. Can we see it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've
I'm
glued
scared it's gonna drop them.
Yeah,
butterfly
don't drop it.
and I haven't done the skirt bit yet, but I've done most of the bodice now. And now that I'm looking at it, it's like, oh, that's actually really good. And I
Yeah.
can't wait to finish it. I've just got to get in the headspace to do it, because once I'm in the headspace, I'll get it done in a day.
It's the
I
kind
think-
of thing you're not just going to pick up and do 20 minutes of. You probably want to, if you're going to do it, you need to spend a few hours.
Yeah, it's because you have to do it in sections. So when I was doing the rhinestoning, I was rhinestoning like section by section.
Right.
Because then if you start a section when you aren't in the right frame of mind, you kind of can't get back into the groove of where you were. So I was doing it section by section, and then I was like, right, I'll glue the butterflies on. Kind of use super glue. And then I ended up gluing my pins in because the butterflies wouldn't stay. So I glued my pins in and had to pull them all out with pliers, but it worked.
Oh, my.
It worked. But the skirt, I'm going to have to do that as one because of just of how it is and how I've arranged everything. So it's like Ali said, it's the end result. The whole doing it is not the best. Whether it be rhinestoning, whether it be again like sewing butterflies on, that I'm going to have to do all down here. But when you go away from it, and then you walk back in, and you're like, "Oh, I did that.
I made that.
It's that. Yes, I haven't made the actual dress itself because,
Well, no, but, you know, it's
I
about
mean-
the end result, isn't it? It's
but like what I've done to enhance it
Yeah.
has actually made it not look like a wedding dress anymore, which is what I was aiming for.
Yeah.
It's
It's looking good, though. It is. It's looking very colourful.
And everything. It's going to look absolutely amazing, and I can't wait.
It's
So,
only a matter of time.
but there will be pictures. I've been taking progress pictures as I've been doing it. So there will be like a little compilation video when I've finished it. This is what 8 months has happened.
Gosh,
So-
is it really that long?
Yeah, it's mainly because, like I said, I've got to be in the right headspace,
Yeah.
and I work 6:30 in the morning till 2, Monday to Friday, and I normally come home and nap, and then I'll obviously have tea, spend time with my husband, and then by the time I've gone, oh yeah, I might actually. It's like 9 o'clock. I'm like, I'm not starting it now because I'll be going till 1 o'clock in the morning. I've got work in the morning, not happening. And I've been to London 2 weekends this month, so like that's been a complete write-off because I set off at stupid o'clock in the morning and then normally get back after midnight. So that's it. The last few weekends have just been a complete write-off. But as soon as I've got April off work, not April, Easter, which we don't normally have, and so that's probably when I'll get it, like the skirt done. And the straps, I'm going to put some rhinestones on the straps as well, so it all ties in together.
Excellent. We'll get an update on that on the next cosplay podcast, which will be the start of. The next one, the start of April. So we'll get an update at the start of May.
Yes.
And see if you've managed to progress with that.
Yeah, like I said, I want to get all the gluing done first, because I've got to glue the flowers around the waist and the leaves around the waist, because there's no way I'll get a needle through all of that fabric. So they've got to be glued on, and then these, I'm not entirely sure if I'm sewing or if I'm gluing, but I'm gonna try. But I have some invisible thread, so I'm prepared for both.
And you'll just see which works best.
I have covered all of the bases. But yeah, like the end result is gonna look amazing, and I'm quite excited for it.
Yeah, definitely. So, Sab, what's your best bit about making costumes?
I like to weather fabrics, to be honest. I enjoy doing that. Dragging shirts through, you have to drag shirts through the dirt, different dyes. ripping and tearing, destruction really. And also, one of the most fun parts of it is researching the character that you're cosplaying.
Yeah.
So, with Jack Sparrow, I spent a long time watching the films and trying to perfect his mannerisms, and then working on the voice, which I'm not doing right now. Exactly right. It's been a little while since I've done Jack Sparrow. So that's always a fun part of cosplay, is the performance side of it.
Yeah.
And piecing, like with this, just piecing it together to see what fits, what feels right. It's a whole process, really. But the performance, that's my favourite thing.
Right. That's good. Yeah. Once everything's done and you can actually wear it and you can go out to an event and show it off and, as you say, do the performance side of things as well.
Exactly, yeah.
Good. So, and this is an open question. It may be that nobody's got anything in particular that springs to mind, but what is the strangest material or item that you've had to work with on a costume? Has there been something that's been really bizarre that just anything at all?
I have, with the Jack Sparrow costume, I have chicken feet and fox feet that I have to work with, and they are real. So, working with them is interesting when you've got a dog like this one, this beagle. He likes to smell everything. So, right now, he's like, what's that? What can smell? And he can smell all the chicken feet, the foxtail, and things like that. So, that's been the weirdest thing I've had to work with. And they always say you don't work with dogs. Sorry.
Don't work with dogs. What about the chicken feet? Where did you use them?
Where did I use what? Sorry.
The chicken feet.
The chicken feet is part of my trinkets, part of Jack Sparrow's trinkets that he wears on his belt. And in each film, he has different trinkets that he has. So the chicken feet are part of the second film, I believe, or it might be Curse of Black Pearl. So yes, so it's sourcing things like that is a bit of a strange Google search, but once found, I then obviously delete my internet searching history.
And keep your dog away from your
Exactly.
Eva and Ali, have you ever had to work with any strange materials or?
I mean, mine wasn't strange, but I do a lot with. I have to look what I want to use, and then find things that are cheaper. Like say these were aquarium.
Well, yeah,
and they came in a set of 5 or 6, and I just made them all into earrings. For the ones for the fairy dress, I'm going to go to B&Q and bug the crap out of them, and they're going to hate me because I need a piece of tubing that's about that longish that I can fill full of scatter crystals and then glue something on the bottom and then put lights in it. That's the plan for that, and then find some sort of like ball to put on the top. Haven't quite figured out how I'm going to do that yet. But like, it's mainly using what I've got. I'm one of those people that you could empty a rubbish bin in front of me and I could make you something that looks really cool. If you give me like glue.
Make something out of junk.
I've always been like that.
Yeah, there was those things on Blackpool Promenade they used to, well, they still sell when the illuminations are on and like that. They're similar to what you're describing, but they've got a small plastic stick and a round ball on the end that lights up. It sounds like you need that ball to attach to your longer stick.
There's a lot of, as I've been walking around things like B&M, Home Bargains, there's a lot of like children's bedside lamps that have like a ball. Like I got one that my friend got me for Christmas that is Stitch holding a ball, and it's the ball that lights up. It's like I don't need the rest of it, but it's cheap enough for me to like destroy in a way.
Yeah.
I'm not going to destroy the one my friend gave me. And like work it out from there, and then like get some like either foam or something and put that around the bottom so it all stays together, and then glue it all in place, and then paint it, and then cover it in sparkles and glitter, and yeah.
Sounds like you've got it all planned out.
Yeah, it's just going and getting the stuff, because I don't want to go and get the stuff until I've got this done,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I
One
know
thing at a
what I
time.
like, and I'll start another project and I'll forget I haven't done the dress yet.
Yeah, one thing at a time, definitely.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's why I haven't bought the pair of shoes yet. I know where to find them. It's just I don't want to buy them because I know that I'll go, oh, I'll just rhinestone my shoes instead of actually doing my dress. And I'm like, you. So I need to do the dress first, and then I'll start on the accessories.
Yeah. And Ali, have you worked with anything strange or weird, or?
I wouldn't say it's weird. Like, I'm a big fan of if you ever want to do like boning in a top or a dress, zip ties work really well to do corsets. Clearly, I'm too lazy to do this one. The thing that's just popped into mind is the time I made a prop. I used a broom handle, an Amazon box, and some foam pipe insulation, and I made Ramona Flowers' giant hammer. Because I
As
love
you said that, I thought that's a hammer. It's got to be
Yeah.
a hammer.
Yeah. No, I love Ramona Flowers, and I was like, if I do this costume, I have to have the hammer. I'm sorry, I feel like it won't be the same without it. And then that was pointless because it spent most of the convention sat in a table underneath the Dungeons and Dragons table, sat in a bag underneath the Dungeons and Dragons table.
Oh no!
I'm not
You didn't
English
get to show
very
it
well.
off.
Hey. I do it for a degree. I should be better, but clearly I can't speak today.
I once made, my son was in the gang show, which is like a show that the Scouts do, and I think they were doing Willy Wonka. I mean, we're speaking of a long time ago, and he needed a costume that represents some kind of sweets or something, so I cut out two cardboard circles about so big and made like a cardboard outside, but left a hole for his head, and then painted it swirly, and it was a lollipop.
You're a
It looked
lollipop.
really good, and I'm not artistic at all, so I was quite proud of that. I painted it and it glued it all together, and it looks really good. I don't think we've got it anymore, which is a shame. But yeah, it looked good. It's not weird, obviously, but it was just cardboard and paint. But that is the only thing I've made, so there you go. So what is your most, and we'll start with Ali again. What is your most memorable positive moment from a cosplay that you've ever done? So when you've been to a convention, like the most positive thing that's ever happened. I mean, obviously there's probably loads of negative things, but let's look at the best day you had or the best
I
event
definitely
you
I think I confuse some of my friends because it seems like every time I'm telling these stories, I only seem to tell bad stories. So they're like, why do you do this to yourself? I guess one of my favorite thing is meeting someone in the exact same costume as me. It is always the best interaction because I feel like there's always this weird like idea that like if you don't want to be dressed the same as everyone else, you want to be like individual. I love it. The first like as soon as I see someone who's dressed the exact same as me, your first instinct is just walk up to them, just Spider-Man meme. You just point, you stare them down.
Three of you stood there.
Yeah. I've done that when I was Ghost at Liverpool. I just ended up with a whole other group of people dressed as Ghost because I showed up by myself. I didn't have any friends who were going, so I was like, you know what, I'll just go by myself. Yeah, I ran into Paul, and he was just hanging out with his like Ghostbusters group, and I was just kind of stood off to the side awkwardly, and we saw them over there, and then he's like, "Oh, I'm assuming you're going to go with the rest of them," and I'm like, "Oh, I've never met them before. I don't know who they are," and he's like, "Oh, I can go introduce you if you want." And I'm like, no, please don't. No. He just spotted the next ghost that walked past us, stopped him, was like, excuse me, she wants to join you, but she's a bit nervous. And I never did that for the rest of the day. Paul's lovely. Paul is like the best. He did say to me though, like he was like, just if you don't want to go up from him, I will. And then actually one said, your dad's lovely. He's not my dad. He's just my mate. No.
Did you tell him about that?
No, I don't think I've told him that yet.
Well, if he's watching this, then no.
Hi, Paul.
Sorry.
Thank you so much. You made me a bunch of friends. Yeah. Also, like Dante as well from Devil May Cry. I ran into another person dressed as Dante, and first they'd point at each other and start like comparing. Oh, where'd you get your sword from? Where'd you get your guns from? Oh, what? Well, you only got them for that. Oh, like let me write down that website. I'll look there. And then also like since Dante has a twin brother called Virgil, when I ran into a guy dressed as Virgil, he just looked at me and just went, "Ah, yes, my brother." I never got that guy's name. I never. Every time I walked past him for the rest of the day, it was just my brother. He's not my brother.
If you're watching
Might
this
as well be.
and you were dressed as Sergey, was it? What was his name?
Dante.
Dante. Sorry, that's completely wrong. If you were dressed as Dante and you saw Ali at a convention, get in touch. Get in touch.
Yes.
Reach out.
I love Devil May Cry. I always need more friends who like Devil May Cry because my friends don't like Devil May Cry. I sound like an absolute lunatic. I was like, do you know that in this there's 5 games and a reboot? I love it, but no. So I always need more friends. You can never. Strangers are just friends you haven't met yet. Which is probably how you get kidnapped or murdered. But strangers are just friends you haven't met yet.
Yes.
Everyone's a friend if you try hard enough.
Yeah, exactly. Sav, what about you? What's your most memorable positive moment from a convention?
So, as Captain Jack Spider in November, I had a fantastic interaction with 2 of the Jack Sparrows who were there, as well as the Spider-Men and the Spider-Verse who were in. There's a lot of them, and we arranged a meetup. But throughout the whole day, I brought a little prop with me. I don't have it with me right now.
I've seen photos of this. This is diabolical.
Yes.
I've seen photos.
So I mashed the costume together, but I also mashed the prop together. So in Spider-Man, he loses his Uncle Ben. Right at the beginning, and it's what sort of really spurs him on to become Spider-Man. That's where the great power comes, great responsibility comes from in the comic books. And in Pirates of the Caribbean, Captain Jack Sparrow gets a jar of dirt, which he has the heart in, and he carries that around. So I mashed that together, and I made a jar of Ben, which, to the horror, the sheer abject horror to every Spider-Man cosplayer there, they loved it. And we got lots of pictures of us together. Well, I put my jar of Ben on the floor, and then everyone was pointing at it. And obviously we did the Spider-Man meme as well, where everyone's doing all that. So yeah, most recently, that was one of my best experiences at convention. But I always try to have a great experience at every con I go. Yeah. And I say just by being the character as much as I possibly can, and then just enjoying it. And it seems to rub off on people.
And that's good. That's good. It's good that that's it. I mean, you obviously spending a lot of money to go to these events, and you don't want to go and it just be a terrible day. So you want to make the most of it and make it as positive as possible.
That's right. Yeah.
Eva, how about you? What's your most memorable moment for a con? And this is one where you've gone as cosplay, not just obviously you met somebody famous, which I know you love doing because that's why you go to most of your cons. But in terms of cosplay,
I do love cosplaying as Negan, mainly because when other Negans spot other Negans, it is like the Spider-Man meme. It's like, oh my god! And then the amount of photos I've got where we're both posing with our backs as if we're going to like hit each other and all this kind of stuff. I've had mini Negans asked if I like would kneel on the floor, and then they would like come over me with my bat, and like kids dressed as Negan like come up to you and they're like, "Excuse me, can you go on the floor and put your hands behind your head?" "Yes, I will. Yes, I will." So like I'm stood there, I'm sat there looking like really nervous and stuff as the kids like proper getting into it. And there's like when we went to Manchester and there was me, my husband, and my 2 stepkids. I went as his wife, and the name's gone out of my head. So my husband went as Rick. I went as Rick's wife. My stepdaughter went as what's her name? Juliet? Judy. No, that's not right. Anyway, she went as the daughter, and then my stepson went as Carl. My stepson looked properly like Carl once we put the bandage on his head and put his hat on. he was a spitting image, and it was brilliant. We got stopped for like quite a few pictures. And then obviously when we met the celebs, they were like, "Oh my god, you're dressed as ours," and we're like, "Yeah, we are. It's so cool." But it's when other people recognise who you are, regardless of who I've cosplayed as, and then it's when the celebs appreciate you dressing as them as well, and they recognise it. I think that's what gets it for me more than anything.
Yeah.
Which is why I like to try a little bit harder.
You know, you've done a good job
I mean?
if the celebrities recognise you and appreciate.
I mean, it's when the celebrities recognise you like halfway down the queue, and they're like, "Oh, Justin,"
Yeah.
and there's like 5 other people in the queue, and you're just like, "Yep, I'm waiting patiently in line. I'm not going," kind of thing. But it's like it's when they spot you and like they light up, and then they're really excited to meet you, and it's like a weird flip. If you know what I mean. But I mean, I love like seeing mini versions, like kids dressed up as like Wanda or Negan, or because I go around and I'm like, oh my god, that's a mini so and so. And then when they spot you and they're like, oh my god, and like they want pictures with you, that's like my favorite thing. I mean, I've done a couple of festivals and stuff as a mermaid. But when I did Fleetwood last year and I was mermaid most of the day, it was like, oh my god, there's a mermaid. And then they'd run off. And then they'd come back and I came home with like stickers and beads. I swear a little tiny top gave me a leaf. And I've still got it somewhere because I'm like, I will treasure this little treasure. It's like, and like the face painter caught me later on and said the amount of mermaids I've done today, and it's all because of you. So I want to say thank you to you for turning up. I'm like, oh my god, that's so sweet. So, and like, I'm making so many things for this year. It's unreal. I've just ordered some new bits for pin badges. I'm making some stingray pin badges that glow in the dark.
Oh, amazing. They'll be for Lytham, will they? Are you handing those out to Lytham? Amazing.
Yes.
I get an octopus.
Huh?
I love this guy. I've named him Fred.
Fred the octopus.
I'm going to be hopefully selling the octopuses and the ghosts and stuff, but the pin badges and the bracelets, they'll be given away because I'm useless.
I will say, I do forget that lights up though in the dark. And so recently I've had the bag on the back of my door and I thought I've had some like weird bacteria growing in the corner of my room. And I'm like, oh, I should probably get maintenance on that. Never mind.
When I first started making the ghosts, because I was making them white with glow-in-the-dark eyes, I left them all sat on my counter. And then my husband had turned all the lights off and all you'd see are these eyes just glowing up. It's like, so we turned them all around. It was weird. I kind of didn't realise how glowy the beads would glow. I thought they'd just be like, oh yeah, and then fade out. But no, they last for quite a while, and I didn't realise that.
That's it. Charge it with some sunlight, and it'll last for hours.
Oh yeah. Honestly, it doesn't even have to be sunlight. You just need to leave your like normal light on like most of the day, and then they'll charge up. But if they're underneath UV light, they'll last for a lot longer.
Yeah. I think Captain Jack Spider's getting into the room.
That's making me absolutely lose it.
Are you starting on the rum, Jack Spidey?
That's fine.
Is it time?
I've got a free pack here if you want some of them.
Oh, we've got some more.
I've got so much. It's been my birthday and Christmas recently, so I've been gifted so much alcohol. I'm going sober at the moment, so I'm like, it's all just sat here, so I'm just slowly pawning it off on some of my friends.
Well, look,
I'll mail it to you, Sam.
Bring it to Lytham. I'm sure Sav will take it off your hands. So that just about brings us to the end of the podcast because we've been on about an hour. But we have got the 5 random questions. And I say 5 random questions, I'm not prepared, so I've got a selection of random questions in front of me. So I'm just going to give you one each. So we'll start with Eva. If you could have any superpower, what would it be and why?
Breathe underwater.
You don't even need to say why for that one.
It'd make my job a lot easier.
Yeah, it would. Next question, and this one's very apt. Sav, if you were the captain of a pirate ship, what would it be called?
It'd be called the Black Pool.
Of course. Ali, would you rather be in a cartoon or have an artist paint your picture?
Would I rather be
In a cartoon or have an artist paint your picture? In fact, that's a terrible question, so I'll delete that one from the video. And I'll move on to the next one. If you could travel to any planet, real or fictional, where would you go?
I wouldn't want to travel to a real one because like all real planets like suck,
Yeah.
and then most fictional ones suck. You've asked the person who's not a Star Wars fan, so I'm trying to think what's a good planet to go to.
What about Guardians of the Galaxy? Nothing out of there?
Do the planets have names in that?
They do. Don't ask me what they
Oh,
are.
what's the one shaped like a giant skull called, where it's like in the head of a celestial or whatever?
Oh,
Nowhere.
Right. That's where you'd like to go.
Yeah. I'm not exactly spoiled for choice. I don't watch Star Wars, so I don't know planet names.
Right. Okay. We'll move back to Eva. What show on Netflix did you most recently binge watch?
I watch a lot of documentaries on Netflix. I've just watched the America's Next Top Model one.
Right.
So that's the last thing that I've like binge watched in a night. Was that? But then before that, it was Manifest and Wednesday.
Was Manifest the one with the aeroplane?
Yeah.
Yes. I started to watch that. I can't remember if I finished it. No idea.
I mainly started watching it because of Josh Dallas, because of course he's Prince Charming. So that he's the only reason why I started watching it.
Right. Not for the story then.
Well, no, because I didn't really know about it. I was like, oh, that's Josh Dallas.
Sav, if you could design a video game about anything, what topic would you choose? And not Mario, plus obviously.
A video game of my choosing. It'd be a video game about my life, where I could live my life as a boy growing up. Actually, no, that's The Sims, isn't it? So
That is literally
we've already got that game.
Yeah.
I would make a game about a handsome, rugged, rogue pirate who has the ability to climb walls and shoot webs from his wrist.
So you
And has an
Captain
affection
Jack
with
Spidey.
rum. Exactly.
Ali, what is the most valuable life lesson you have ever learned? That's a thinker, that one.
Yeah, it is.
Deep.
Everyone else got casual ones. You give me a moral dilemma.
Okay. Yeah.
You don't have to know everything. You don't have to have everything set in stone. I definitely think prior to like me starting at university, I feel like I had this whole plan for the future and I wanted it to go exactly the way. But then when you kind of like have everything set in stone, it leaves you no room for failure if something does go wrong. So I've had a lot happen recently in my life. I don't want to go into too much
No.
talk about, but it was like all of that to kind of realise I don't need to think so far ahead. If I just take every day as it is and just try to make the most of it, I need to focus more on being happy now than trying to think about this like career or life path I want to go on. I'm happy to live my life by the beat of my own drum and I'm loving it. I wouldn't want anything else.
Very good. And I'm sorry that was such a serious question when all the others were completely random.
Oh, if you had a video game, what would you want? Oh, if you could... No, if you had a superpower. No,
Sorry.
Ali, what's your therapist telling you?
Blame Google. Well, thank you very much. That brings us to the end of the podcast. This is the cosplay takeover. It happens on the first Sunday of every month. So we'll be back in just over 4 weeks to do another. But thank you very much. Cheers.